guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I actually thought it would be a good idea to make a story time about that one time I moved in with my boyfriend at 17 years old. So I'm not really gonna get into an intro. I just want to get straight into it because I don't want this video to be super long. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to tell the whole story. I don't usually go and tell my story to people, so let's see how many of the details I can remember. But so to begin with, some things to keep in mind is that at 17, we had already been together for 2 years because we met when I was 15 and was. Another thing is that he is 4.5, but it seems like it's 5 years. It counts as like 5 years older than me. So at the time when we met, I was 15 and he was already 19. So when I moved in with him being 17, that means he was 21 already. So that's just some things to keep in mind. And then also, one more thing. He used to live in San Bernardino and I used to live in Norwalk, which that's like a 45-minute drive with no traffic. With traffic, that could be like an hour, longer than an hour. So those are just a few things to keep in mind before I get into it. But yeah, so to start off, let's see, where do I start? So we had been, since he lived so far away from me, I would only see him on the weekends because he worked during the week. So if he, like, for example, if he had like a Friday off for some reason, then he would go on Fridays and pick me up from school because I was still in high school. So he would go and pick me up, and then we'd spend the whole rest of the day together. If he worked all week, then I would only see him on the weekends. He would go Saturdays and Sundays. So on weekends that he like had Friday off, he would literally be over there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like he would make that drive all the way over there. And he did that for 2 years. Because like I said, we started going out when I was 15. So by 17, yeah, 2 years of him like back and forth, just going on the weekends, talking to each other throughout the week, and that was it. That was basically our relationship. So 2 years into our relationship, we kind of started talking about like, moving in together and stuff. And at that point, I was still a junior. Yeah, I was a junior in high school. So we started talking about it and stuff, but we're like, okay, well, I'm still in school. Like, I'm not even 18 yet. So, like, we can't, there's no way we have to wait till we're 18. But I don't know, like, you're young and you think, like, you got this. Like, it's nothing. Like, I don't know. But we just kept talking about it, and it's something that we really wanted to just move in together. So he would tell me, like, are you sure? Like, let's just do it. If you want to, then let's just go for it. And I wanted to, but I was scared. And then at the same time, it's like, well, how are we gonna do it? Like, I'm not over age. So we would just talk about it so much that it got to the point that we were like, okay, like, either we're gonna do it or we're gonna do it, like. So I would kind of like bring it up to my parents, like, here and there, like, see how they would take it. And yeah, they weren't okay with it, obviously. Which parent would, right? But like, it's just so many times, I don't know how to explain it, like, so many times that I was just so close to just being like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm grabbing my stuff and I'm leaving. Like, I want to be with him so bad that, but I don't know what stopped me, that I just couldn't. So like a few times I would tell him, like, all right, I'm today's the day, like, I'm doing it, I'm gonna grab my stuff, and today when you come, like, we're just gonna leave. And I would think about just leaving like that, but I'm like, I can't do that. So one time he was finally like, okay, dude, like, are we gonna do this or not? So literally, like, it wasn't even planned. It's not we had it planned. It's just, I told my parents that, you know what, like, I really want to move out and I want to move in with him, and this is something that I want, and I'm gonna do it. Like, I literally just straight up told them, I'm gonna do it, and I just want you guys to support me. I know that's not the easiest thing, And looking back, I'm like, dude, he should have been the one to talk to them, you know? But like he was so scared too. He was so scared and so nervous that he didn't. Like he left it all to me, and I'm looking back now, I'm like, you're a wussy. Like you should have done that. Man up. You want your woman, then man up and do it, you know? But I did it and I told him, and my dad has like, I don't know how to say this. Like my dad was, since the beginning, he was more supportive in a way. Like he didn't want to, obviously, and at one point he did tell me like, if you leave, like you're not coming back. And I was like, fuck. Like, well, I didn't plan on going back, but like if I'm moving in with him, it's for a reason, you know. I know what I want. But at the same time, it's like, damn, like he just told me straight up, like I'm not welcome back in his house. Like that hurt. But I just told him like, I know, I understand, but like this is really what I want. So yeah, he was like, well, there's nothing I can do but wish you the best. And you know, and I think I told him, I don't really remember, but I think I told him like on a, I don't even remember what day it fell on that we finally did it. Because I know I left, like I got all my things and left with him on, it was July 5th. But I have, what year would that happen? 2010? Yeah, 2010. But I have no idea. I don't remember. It was after Independence Day, obviously, 4th of July. So I don't know if that was like a long weekend or something. I don't really remember. But I remember telling my dad like the night before we did it. So like 4th of July, I'm guessing, at night. And then my mom took it like not good. Like, I don't know if she was mad, sad, or like a combination of every emotion in the world, but she just didn't even talk to me, honestly. Like, she just shut down. And then the thing is also that the day that did, I did pack up all my stuff and leave, like, he didn't even walk into the house. I'm telling you, like, now looking back, I'm like, dude, like, you should have been going through all this shit like I did. But, anyways, he waited outside the whole time. Like, I'm the one getting all my shit into his car, like, little by little, taking all my stuff with me. And I remember that my dad wasn't even there that day. Like he got a little side job or something, so he was actually working. And then I remember my mom was like cleaning up the house. She was like mopping and sweeping, like just basically pretending to be busy because she didn't want to deal with what was really going on. So she's like over there in the kitchen, like cleaning and stuff, as I'm like moving all my shit into his car. And I remember once I was completely done, I locked myself in my room for a little bit and I wrote her a letter and I gave it to her. Oh, I'm gonna start crying. I didn't think I would get emotional. I gave it to her. Ah, it's been so long, and I'm telling you, it's just I don't tell my stories, so I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. But I gave it to her as I was gonna leave, and I just gave her a hug. Whew. And I just gave it to her and gave her a hug, and I just told her like, you know, I'm done. Like my stuff is ready, so I'm leaving. And she didn't even say anything. Like she just didn't even say anything. She's just like, okay. And I left at 17 years old, not even thinking, nothing. And back to what I was saying earlier, that I was still a junior in high school. So in July that I moved in, that was during our summer vacation, obviously. So what my dumbass hadn't figured out is that how the fuck am I gonna enroll into a new high school if I'm not even 18? You know what I'm saying? Like that hadn't even crossed my mind at all. Like it's just, it wasn't a spur of the moment thing because like I said, we had talked about it for a long time. But it's just you don't think through like the important things, I guess. And yeah, once it was like trying to enroll into school, I'm like, how am I gonna do this? Like I can't. So one thing that, like, after I think it was like a few days that I didn't even call my mom on the phone, nothing, because I was just so scared. I didn't call them. I didn't like nothing. I was just so scared to even talk to them. So when it came time to like, okay, so what am I gonna do about school? um my mom was like really angry at me. She didn't even want to talk to me. And I think she's told me that the only reason why she came around the whole situation was because she spoke to one of my, I think it was my cousin's wife, that was like talking to her and just like telling her, you know, like she's good, if that's what she wants, just support her, like she needs you there, she's really sad about this whole thing. And my mom didn't think that I was sad at all. Like she thought I was like, you know, celebrating that I finally left and I'm over here with my boyfriend. She didn't think that I was sad about leaving them at all. So that's why I guess she was kind of angry. So hearing that I was emotional about this whole thing kind of, I don't know, made her think twice about it and think that okay, I need her, and it's not just that I just wanted to leave. You know, I still obviously love my family. So that kind of made her like come around. And I think she's the one that called me first, and I was so scared to answer. But we talked, and I told her, like, you know, mom, like, I'm not, just because I left doesn't mean I'm not going to school. Like, my life is still going to be the same. I still have my same dreams. I still have my goals of obviously graduating high school. Like, how am I not going to graduate high school? So, um, yeah, she was like, well, find out what you have to do to get enrolled, and I'll do what I have to do. So at that point, like, she became really supportive, as much as she hated the idea that I had left. So it turns out that I actually had to get like my mom had to go through a notary uh place person thing and get I don't know what it's called, but like something saying that someone else would be my legal guardian. That way they could be the ones in charge of like filling out all the paperwork for school and stuff. So what we did was that since we lived with my in-laws, I moved in with him. He lived with his parents, so we were living there with his parents. And we figured that since my boyfriend was always working in case anything happened or whatever, we made my mother-in-law my legal guardian, and that would be in effect obviously until I turned 18. So I was already, what, like, I don't know, February, March, April, May, June, July. So I was 17 and like 5 months, 17 and a half. So it wouldn't be that long that I would have to be, you know, under legal guardianship. So we did that. She came down all the way to San Bernardino to find a place here, and we went to a place and we did all the paperwork and we got that figured out. So then my mother-in-law was the one to go to the high school and sign me up and enroll me and all this crap. And it was so weird to have like my mother-in-law doing what my mom used to do. Like it just made me feel like, okay, you're doing this thinking you're all grown up, and then look what you have to be doing, you know. And I didn't think about that before. You just think you're grown up and you're ready to go and do grown up things. So yeah, that's what happened. And a lot of people talk so much shit, especially family, which is always the case, I feel like. But a lot of people talk shit thinking that I was moving in with him because I was pregnant and that I had fucked up my life and blah blah blah. But in reality, like, I was not pregnant. Like, we were just in love, puppy love, thinking we were ready for this grown up world. And we just wanted to be together, honestly. Like, there was nothing to it but that. We just wanted to be together. Like, we were just so tired of just every weekend, like, yeah, it would be all day, but that we spent together, like, he would go in the mornings and stuff. But it's just, you want to be with that person so bad that you don't you don't think about nothing else. So yeah, I wasn't pregnant. That's not the reason why I moved in with him. I don't know why people see that as a bad thing, but that wasn't my case. And actually, I finished I graduated my senior year at the same high school that he graduated from, which I would have never thought in a million years that would happen, because I was I went to Norwalk High, and then turns out I graduated from the school that he did, and that was kind of crazy to me. But um, yeah, I graduated, and then when I did graduate high school, I was 2 months pregnant with Daisy. So I was already 18. I think we had already been living together for, I don't even know how long, but I remember that I was 2 months pregnant when I graduated high school. And to me that is so crazy because I don't consider myself like a young mom. Like, granted, yeah, I'm 25 with 3 kids already, but I don't feel like I was a young teen mom. I don't know, but because I was what, 18. I was 18 when I had Daisy. I was about to turn 19 in like a month. Yeah, in a month I was gonna turn 19. So I don't feel like I was a young teen mom, but to think that I was in high school pregnant like trips me out. Like, and I didn't even know. I didn't find out until until after I finished high school. That's when I found out that I was pregnant with her, and I was like, crap, like I was in school pregnant. I didn't even know. But I don't know why that's so crazy to me to think that I was the high schooler pregnant, but um that's just how things worked out for us. As far like as far as like advice wise, I honestly I don't regret it at all. I don't regret my decision ever. I never have. I feel like my life has, like, that's what has determined my life, you know? Like, yes, I know even if I would have waited, okay, like we're homeowners now. I know we would have been homeowners even if I waited. I know we would have had kids even if I waited. But I feel like just life happens the way it's supposed to happen. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's just the way it was meant to be. I feel like that's the way it's been, you know? So, but as far as like would I want my daughters to do what I did? Like, hell no. Hell no. And that's when I realized now, being a mom of 3 daughters, 3 girls, that's when I realized like the pain that I caused my parents leaving so young, you know? Because like I would never want my daughters to leave me that young. Never. Even if, like, in my situation, that it's been good, you know, I can't complain. He's been good to me. We have a good life. And even if that was the case for my daughters, where they find a good man, like, I would not want them to leave me at 17. So that's when I realized, like, okay, even though I don't regret it, it's not what I would prefer for my daughter's life either. So that's my advice to anyone out there. Like, even if you're not in the same situation, but if you're a teenager, like, thinking it's the end of the world if you're not with your boyfriend all the time, like, girl, just breathe, relax. It's not the end of the world. Like, nothing's gonna happen. I there's a time in your life for everything. Honestly, like, just enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Be a teenager and don't rush things. Like, there's time for everything. And I say that now as a mother of 3 daughters, not as my teenager self back at 17, because hell no, I would not take your advice. Like, I want to leave, I'm leaving, you know? But as a mother, I'm telling you, like, or as like experienced, having experienced that as a teenager and now being a mother, I'm telling you, there's time for everything. Like, do not rush things. You are worth the wait. And it's not that I didn't see my worth back then. It's just I was in a rush to get out and live with my boyfriend. And like I said, I do not regret it. I would do it again because that's the way my life was, I feel like, was meant to be. But just take your time, girls. There's no rush. Enjoy your life. Go out, have fun with your friends, with your boyfriend, with whoever you want. And don't let that stop you at all. Just enjoy yourselves. That's basically my advice because, yeah. I'm just saying that because I wouldn't want my daughters to leave me. But anyways, guys, this thing has gone on for so long, so I'm just gonna end it at that. I think I covered mostly everything. I hope so. If you guys have any questions or any comments on this story of mine, then yeah, just let me know in the comments. And also let me know if you enjoy this story time. Maybe we can make this like a little thing where I just sit down and tell you guys a little story here and there. But other than that, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.